Hello, brave, beautiful, beloved soul friends. Welcome to another Conversations with Kristin, that beautiful time of your day where you explore the unconscious mind from the inside out. Thank you so much, beloved soul friends, for being here, and thank you for being you. Today, I'd like to explore what's really causing critical thoughts. So we move through our life, and there might be something that happens, or maybe nothing is happening, and then there's this eruption of critical voices inside of our mind. Where is that coming from? Why? And how can we use that insight to create deeper expanses of healing within our personal lives? My name is Kristin Windsor, and I am a consciousness consultant who has been exploring the unconscious mind for 15 years and made some pretty epic discoveries in these past couple of years while healing myself from some pretty severely not fun stuff, to say the least. You can find out more about who I am and what I do at KristinWindsor.com. So where are critical thoughts coming from? What's happening? Why do they exist? So within our subconscious realms, we have a baseline of attachment systems. On top of attachment systems, we have memory systems. From the compilation of that data, meaning-making associations are automatically generated. So subconscious realms house all kinds of information that bridge worlds between our unconscious body of abstract non-specifics. It's kind of this blueprint that everybody has about being a human being, and our conscious mind and how we directly encounter our sense of self and our styles of personal life. And so our subconscious realms bridge these two worlds. Our subconscious realms hold energetic data gathered through past experience that's vibrating at certain frequencies inside of ourselves, cells and selves. And that data is what's automatically generating our sense of self and automated styles of personal experience. And so our subconscious realms are founded on attachment systems. How experiential elements within unfolding moments gets filed away as pieces of memory data directly depends on the well-being of attachment systems. Okay? So we have all of these different attachment systems, and they each have needs. And the fulfillment of those needs determines the well-being of all subconscious realm data. And memory systems have nothing to do with storing the past and everything to do about projecting navigations within current moments and potential moments. That's the purpose, the neurobiological purpose of memory systems. Okay? So we've got these subconscious realms, right? That's what's generating our automated styles of thought forms. So when we have a thought or we have a feeling, it's coming from activation of particular data within subconscious realms. That's where thoughts and feelings come from. So if you move through life and you have a thought of something, you got a feeling of something, it's not necessarily, I'm here in this moment and I'm having this brand new thought that I've never thought before. Instead, you're in this moment and you're experiencing the projection of subconscious data, but you don't know about that because it's beyond your awareness. Okay? So that's what's happening. That's where thoughts and feelings come from. So what's happening when there's a critical thought? And this might be like a one-time thing, or it could be like chronic, just constant barrage of just rude things. It could be anything. Where do critical thoughts come from? Why and how can we heal them? How can we transmute the energetic data in neural networks, automatically generating these styles of internal experience? So, critical thoughts directly stem from subconscious timelines within our third subconscious region. And that is associated with the underlying attachment needs of a felt sense of support, vulnerable closeness, connection, and collaborative community. So connected support is kind of the energy that's at the core of this subconscious sector, where subconscious timelines are automatically generating these styles of critical thoughts. So when there's a critical thought, it means that a piece of your neurobiological wiring stores data from a past experience where you were not supported. That's what's generating critical thoughts. That's where critical thoughts come from. It's activation of subconscious data. Activation of subconscious data gathered during a past experience where a part of you did not feel supported or connected. And because of the way that neurobiological applications of consciousness operate, it's not just a past experience, it's a piece of data living inside of your cells, and a part of your consciousness is currently stuck in projections from that information. So it's not an experience that happened before. It's a piece of energy stored in your cells that a part of your consciousness is currently experiencing. Okay? So when there's a critical thought, and it might be something that feels kind of conscious and you can really distinctly observe it, or it could be this really, really backdrop thing. There could be some engagement within, or it could be like this totally separate, super unconscious occurrence. It could be this one-time thing, or it could be this constant ongoing thing, chronically. Okay? Any type of critical thought is stemming from automated activation of a subconscious timeline within the third subconscious sector, within my diagrams of consciousness, referring to the liberated consciousness diagram specifically. It's activation of subconscious data gathered from a past experience where the attachment need of feeling supported and close and connected and having a sense of collaborative community was not felt. Okay? All right? With me so far? With me so far? Does that make sense to you guys? So critical thoughts stem from unconscious automated activation of subconscious data that was gathered during a past experience where the attachment need of feeling a sense of closeness and connection and support and collaborative community was not felt. And that energetic vibration of internal experience is now stored inside of your body, and some form of internal external stimulus within or beyond awareness activates that data beyond your awareness and then generates a style of thought form that feels critical. And it might be criticism of yourself, it might be criticism of others, it might just be a general critical perspective of the world, it might be just difficulty appreciating things because there's just kind of this overall critical tone of energy in the backdrop of the mind. And firstly, it has nothing to do with who you are. I just want to clarify that. Critical thoughts have absolutely nothing to do with who you are. So it doesn't really matter if you're having critical thoughts because it's not you. You are not having critical thoughts. You are experiencing critical thoughts that are being automatically generated through your neurobiological applications from activation of subconscious data. Okay? You are not having critical thoughts. You are not the experience. You are consciousness. You are not having critical thoughts. You are experiencing critical thoughts being automatically generated through your neurobiological applications from activation of subconscious data gathered from past experience that is attempting to help you navigate your life now. That's what's actually happening. That's what's really going on. Okay? So that's where critical thoughts come from. So what can you do about it? How can you help your unconscious mind not be so critical? Let's do it. When you meet the underlying attachment need in your current experience, you instinctively, innately plant energetic seeds that cause this continued internal healing where memory data transmutes and heals itself. So you do not ever need to go back to experiences where you did not feel supported in order to heal that energetic data now. Because beneath all the memories are attachment systems. Memory data is filed on top of attachment systems. Okay? So when you meet attachment needs here and now, the memory data transmutes itself because its storage depends on the well-being of attachment systems. So when you heal attachment systems, you heal everything inside of the unconscious mind and the unconscious body. Attachment systems are the foundation of all subconscious data, and they bridge worlds between the unconscious mind and the unconscious body. The well-being of attachment systems determines automated protocols within nervous systems, brain waves, cranial nerve functionalities, brain region engagement, brain hemispheric balance, all of it. It all comes from attachment systems, how every piece of life is experientially stored in memory systems, and how meaning-making associations are automatically generated from the storage of that subconscious data directly depends upon the well-being of attachment systems. When you heal attachments in the here and now, you heal everything inside of your neurobiology. But it's all about pinpointing what the attachment need really is and learning how to effectively meet it. Pinpointing what neural networks actually need to be rewired and learning how to rewire them. Because if you pick the wrong neural networks to rewire, it's not going to create healing change. And if you go about it in a way that doesn't effectively transmute it, you're not going to experience healing change from the inside out. It's like wandering through a mansion with 500 trillion doors and looking for one door. If you're just wandering aimlessly, you're not going to be able to find the door that you're looking for. But if you have a roadmap, then you know exactly, okay, I go down the hall, I take a right, I go this way, and then there's the door. There's 500 trillion doors, but I know exactly the one that I'm looking for. And then it's about knowing how to walk through that door. Because if you try to transmute neural networks in a certain way, they get bigger and create more of those automated thought forms. For example, if you try to heal trauma by talking about the traumatic events in traditional psychotherapy, the neural networks housing the data that creates experiences of traumatic stress get bigger and create more traumatic stress. It's about transmuting the shape of neural networks, not growing their size. We don't want to grow the size of neural networks. We want to transmute their shape. When the size of neural networks grows, they create more of the automated thoughts that are already occurring. When we effectively transmute the shape of neural networks, they produce an entirely different type of automated thought form. A completely different type of automated thought form. And then things like traumatic stress or critical thoughts can stop. They're resolved, they're healed, they don't come back. 100% of internal battles with mental, emotional, relational, action patterns, spiritual battles, all of it is coming from the styles of automated activations of neurobiological data. 100% of internal battles can be healed. There is no such thing as an incurable mental health battle. It does not exist. Do not believe everything you read on Google. Don't believe everything you read on Google. There's no such thing as an incurable mental health battle because 100% of mental health battles are stemming from neurobiological wiring. And neurobiological wiring is already changing in every single moment of every single day. It's just a matter of pinpointing the neural networks that need to be rewired and then effectively transmuting their shape. When we don't pick the right neural networks that actually need it, that's where you get things like maybe a slight reduction in the battles, or maybe they go away and then they come back. Because if we get neural networks here, it might create temporary or superficial or slight change. But once we get down here into the root causalities, the actual core of what's going on, and transmute this, then everything changes and it stays changed. Okay? It's just about pinpointing the neural networks to rewire and knowing how to rewire them. Then 100% of healing is always possible. It doesn't matter how many decades the battle has been experienced for. It doesn't matter how many treatments have failed. It doesn't matter. Once you go through this exact route, healing is possible. And what could have been a 5 or 20-year healing journey could easily, readily, rapidly, effectively be condensed into a healing journey that is just a few months or maybe a couple years, just depending how many different elements of neural wiring really need to be transformed. But imagine reducing the healing journey from 20 years to 2 years, or from 7 years to 7 months. That's what can happen when we learn to effectively address the underlying neurobiological wiring that is generating the actual core of the battle. Okay, so critical thoughts stem from automated activation of subconscious data gathered during past experiences regarding an unfulfilled attachment need where there was not a felt sense of closeness, connection, support, collaborative community, vulnerability, that just sense of that connection, that support, that I'm just me and I'm okay just being me, and I'm not alone and everything's okay. And once we start to create that feeling through vibrational energies inside of us, it's not being connected with other people, it's not collaborating with community outside of us, it's collaborating with the community inside of us. It's having a sense of closeness inside of us. It's being vulnerable with ourselves. It's being connected with ourselves. Once we can vibrationally meet that attachment need for ourselves in the present, then all associated subconscious data automatically transmutes itself, and all of the regulatory states of our unconscious body also undergo radical healing. This transforms the styles of automated thought forms within your personal experience. Thank you so much for tuning in for this Conversations with Kristin. It has been a blessed honor to connect with you. I'm really, really grateful for your presence here along this everyday healing journey through life. Thank you for sharing the beautiful space of planet Earth with me. And if you would ever like to connect one-on-one through a consciousness consulting call, I would be absolutely honored to serve as a healing journey guide to empower you into the fullness of all that you can be. You can schedule a session with me at KristinWindsor.com. I also have a variety of free gifts for you beloved soul friends. I've been busy making many, many magics. You can explore a variety of free healing journey resources, gifts of love from my heart to yours at KristinWindsor.com/gifts. Super, super, super mega healing magic. You can learn all kinds of stuffs that can super mega magically help your healing journey through life. So please feel free to explore that, share it with your friends and family, ignite a hope revolution worldwide with me. Thank you so much for being here, beloved soul friends, and thank you for taking time to connect with me on this beautiful healing journey day. Namaste, beloveds. The expansive wonder in my neurobiological applications of consciousness. See and honor the expansive wonder in your neurobiological applications of consciousness. Namaste, beloveds. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Have a beautiful, blessed, and glory-filled healing journey day, week, month, year, life, and I will catch you in my next video. And if you liked hanging out, if you gained something new, if you just want to spread a little overall positivity in the world, I invite you to hit the like and subscribe button. I'll really appreciate your support on my channel. Thank you.